everyone, and welcome to the marvelous world of Pokemon, where I am just as uncomfortable as you are looking at my character in this lab coat. It feels like wearing a piece of paper. But what are we doing to... Why have long arms when you've got a long neck? And why have long arms when you have a Pokemon like this? But before you say, what place is this region based on? It's based on Tasmania. Because I wanted to make a region based on Tasmania. Hence why this guy is based off a Tasmanian devil. I wasn't not going to make a Tasmanian devil in a Tasmania region. Or Tasmanian starter at the very least. It's like the most it's like what people know Tasmania for, I think. Maybe I should ask people what they how they found out about Tasmania. Quick note though, I am a 15-year-old British kid, so probably not gonna be the most well done, well executed concepts, but if you're willing to stick around, then I guess stick around and find out more about Babian here, or Crike if you're me when I was making this Pokemon, and wrong. Why did I name it Crike? With its name being based on Baby and Tasmanian Devil. No. Tasmanian, not Tasmanian Devil. It's got little berries instead of ears for a reason you'll find out literally in a few seconds, I bet. And also because every single grass starter that's been released has had some sort of plant on them, or some sort of plant aspect, or hence why it also has a branch tail. Also, this is, for those wondering, regular colour, shiny colour, so when it turns shiny it turns black with its berries turning a lighter shade of pink. Babian, no, I need to read. Clarifying, reading the Pokedex entry, I'm not just saying the name again. Babian, the antisocial Pokemon. These Pokemon tend to be antisocial and practically only interact with their parents and siblings, watching their parents closely to learn their fighting ways. If separated from their family and they come into trouble, they will scream and bite until whatever it has come across loses interest or its family steps in. Now, old Babian at level 16 evolves into Tasmite. Now, this guy's a tiny bit more complicated. He's now upright. Yeah, I know, the grass starter is on hind legs. Wow, incredible, creative, breaking new ground I am, but whatever, I like it. It worked for what I was intending, and now it's a bit more teenager. It's got angst, it's got its fist up, like, yeah, fight me. It's got a longer, pointier branch tail, it's got little claws now. I don't know why I love these claws. And it's got berries growing all over it, which not only references teenage acne, I don't know, but also this disease Tasmanian devils get, where they get these like boils. It's kind of disgusting from what I remember. And second, I was going to put pictures of it up on here, but then I looked at pictures and it's really not nice stuff. I don't want to put that on here. And also all the pictures, the devils looked so sad and I felt really bad for them. So no pictures, but you can look it up if you want and see for yourself. Don't though. Why did I never look up a picture of it? Because it's fucking disgusting. Whatever. And it's got this little leaf to be like a little goatee that some teenagers have, you know, where they're just growing in their beard and it's like spikes. Now, Tasmite, the trial Pokemon. Once they evolve, these Pokemon will immediately leave their family behind to trek into the deeper forest. From here they will train, attacking any prey they come across, even if wildly bigger than them. Eating pretty much anything they come across and not particularly caring about playing dirty in a fight. They will only stay with a trainer during this time if they believe the trainer can bring out their true potential, which usually means the trainer battles a lot. Kinda relatable, not gonna lie, grinding in the earlier Pokemon games is brutal. Now, at level 35, Tasmite evolves into... JK, we're talking about the water starter now. Gotta keep engagement somehow. Right, this is a seal, the seal Pokemon, based on the fact that Tasmania/Australia has seals. Yeah, but this is meant to be based on a leopard seal, which, as far as I'm aware, aren't really native to Tasmania or anything? I don't know. Based primarily on a leopard seal, but it's also based on the fact that seals are mostly seen as like cold environment adapted creatures. So he's very, very sweaty with like the spots now looking like drops of sweat going down him. He's like, wow, it truly is amazing how dramatic you can make a relatively chill moment with some chaotic editing and the music conveniently getting chaotic. Foreshadowing. And his eyes are glowing because, and he's got this little thing because the characters in TV shows and stuff, when they get sunburned, they get like the bright pink burn across their face. Right, a seal, the sensitive Pokemon. It is speculated that these Pokemon travelled from a region that was very cold. Thus, despite nice typing, mate, the moist areas and fog that cover several parts of the region, and these Pokemon are constantly zoned out, as if they are suffering from heat exhaustion. They are slow and hard to shake from their daze. It is said that this Pokemon's mind is only half in our world, and half of it is somewhere else. Foreshadowing. Level 14! Because for some reason there's sometimes a starter that just evolves at level 14, like Cyndaquil, or Bulbasaur. I don't know, it's weird. It evolves into Adapod. It doesn't usually look like this, it usually looks like this, but I couldn't fit that in the box, so we're stuck with this picture. Also, this is where you get to see my awesome Tetris seals fitting these blocks in together. Probably gonna get much worse when we get to like the legendaries and stuff, but whatever. This Pokemon is kind of like, it's ascended, it's going up. Sort of like how when people die, you see like in like shows and stuff, you'll sometimes see their souls ascending to heaven. The lines all over their body are now meant to be like, you know, in Avatar: The Last Airbender, when spoilers by the way, but when a guy takes Aang to the old airbending place and he like shows him the rivers, that's meant to be the version of chakras I'm like referencing, I guess. And then he's still got the line on his head and these spots. I don't know if the spots were just important in the last design, so now they're here, but they're pink because he's gaining more psychic energy. Adapod, the ascending Pokemon. These Pokemon are now nearly entirely unresponsive, staring into the sky much like their pre-evolution, but with a longing, as if they are desperate to be rid of their vision. Or perhaps they will be if they keep staring up at the sun all day every day. However, it is worth mentioning these Pokemon do not follow the sun with their eyes. It just happens the sun is in the sky most of the time. Most of the time they're looking as though their final goal is further than even the sun or the stars. To be perfectly honest, I'm not sure why I just decided to bully this Pokemon for constantly staring up at the sun, but it makes sense. Right, you know the drill by now, Adapod isn't actually evolving. We're moving on to the Fire Starter, aka my goddamn child. I love this guy so much. Definitely would be my pick if this was actually a game. Starting to notice a pattern with the Fire Starters, but you know. This is Sumfur, aka my favourite name. These guys are based off the Pygmy Possum. Now, something funny about Tasmania is, as far as I'm aware, it's usually very foggy and moist most of the time. There's rain during most seasons, so I was like, how am I supposed to make a fire type starter? But I came up with the idea that Pygmy Possum, right? Very small. What if these Pokemon are so small because the region's like humid, moist sort of atmosphere has sort of dulled their flames, so they don't have as much firepower and are thus like much smaller. Yeah, and have less fire. I've referenced the Pygmy Possum in its Dex entry here, and Sumfur comes from the end of possum, but also fur because it has some fur. Just some, because it's like you have some of something, it's just a little bit of it. And fur is also from fire, so it's like some fire, because it's got some fire. Right, Sumfur, the Pygmy Pokemon. These Pokemon are some of the smallest in the region. While they don't have much strength in the way of their firepower, they are skilled climbers and can easily escape predators by slipping into spaces other Pokemon may have a hard time slipping into. Not like they are attacked much, as most predators see them as not worth the effort. Right, and now for this is my favorite line. I can't get over how much I love these little dudes. But level 16, Sumpher evolves into Possumore, because it's also some more. He's got some more fire. He's also looking like he's ready to start doing one-arm press-ups. He's got one-arm press to his you guys want to know why I picked this picture? His chest. He's also a lot. Also, I forgot to mention, Sumpher, sorry. His tail is meant to be like fire, and this is meant to be like a burning coal. Well, now it's just a regular coal, but it's still like radiating. Heat's still radiating off it, and this still looks like a bigger fire now. And its little patterns down its ankles are supposed to be like what are they called? Sweatbands, I believe. And its ears also look like fire, because what else was I supposed to do with the ears? Right, Possumore, the ready Pokemon. Bizarrely, these Pokemon have been able to work and overcome their lack of natural firepower by exercising and raising their body temperature. So I had no idea what I was just saying about this Pokemon, but I can guarantee you... Oh yeah, I was reading the Pokedex entry, wasn't I? Sorry, I had to go wash the dishes. Right then. Raising their body temperature will not be constantly moving. They appear to... closer they get to evolution, as if they're warming up for the transformation. Cool. Now... time for the final evolved forms. Starting with, what was it? Tasmite, that's what I called him. I'm gonna be evolving him into... Tasmonster, the grass fighting type with Moxie. Now instead of its body turning black, its body turns bright, vibrant pink. And the brown sections turn black, and the berries turn yellow, including its eyes turn yellow. This thing looks like it would look insane with this colour scheme. But yeah, Tasmonster, basically. Tasmanian devils will pretty much just eat anything. They do technically just feed on carrion, which is dead things, but they will hunt, they will kill and eat pretty much anything they can. And this guy exemplifies that, because despite being a fighting type, not a dark type, he's still quite dark and vicious and willing to put up a fight and stuff. Now he's got proper, like, devil horns growing out of the berries, which, now that I'm thinking about it, kind of is funny, because it's the reverse of how it's supposed to work, and devil is, like, the opposite of the big man upstairs. So it kind of all works out, if you think about it. It's also now got a full beard of leaves and berries. Don't think about the shape, I've just realised it. It's got its tongue hanging out, it's got... teeth, it's got a really long branch tail, and it's looking like it's about to pounce. No, it doesn't look awkward, shut up. Tasmite, the wild Pokemon. I copied and pasted this. Basically what I do for these is I copy and paste this from like the previous slide, and then copy and paste the words, and then I X it out and put it. I kept Tasmite, I meant to change it to Tasmonster, I'm an idiot. Whatever. We'll live. Tasmonster, the wild Pokemon. After spending a random amount of time in the deep forest, Tasmonster has truly grown into its final form. These Pokemon are wildly competitive and will stop at nothing to win. They will often get into violent altercations with Gallade, who seek to prove their worth by vanquishing the dishonorable Oh, now I get it right. Okay, whatever. This entire line is a flippin' mess. Whatever. Next up is this guy. I'm bored. Ow. Right, Seal. Pun. Now it's like fully ascended. Its fins are like wings. It's definitely got the worst of the abilities, but whatever, it's fine. Its entire body turns white except for like the stripes and patterns and stuff. It's now got an open third eye on its forehead. Still, the rain drops down, But now the rivers are absolutely balanced. It's got this nice little heart shape on its belly. It's got whiskers. It has ascended. It is above all. See all the awakened Pokemon. These Pokemon have never been seen touching ground. They have awoken their third eye and are completely blind in both their eyes. While some believe they are not blind entirely, but blind to this world and all its frivolous pursuits. But most scientists believe it is indeed blinded, with its third eye having future-seeing capabilities. Which one is true? I don't know, but it looks kinda cool. Next up is Possible, but no! No more. So, is it gonna evolve, or... Oh dear. In another universe. Alright, now that song's over, we have Sprint. Now it's, because electricity is hot. Very, very hot. So now it generates energy by sprinting constantly. That's how it keeps its fire alive. With now its little patterns looking like a headband, its eye looks like an exploding star. The coal is now you could see it as a dead coal, or you could see it as a coal just absolutely spewing out fire, because it like comes out of the rest of the body with like this fire thing. And now its tail is like in a lightning bolt, but it's got these two little tassels. And it's still got the sweatbands, but now it's got like stars instead of the little triangles. It's cool. I really like this guy. Definitely would be my choice. Also, it turns white. Well, no. Yes, turns white, and then like the coal turns red, and then these turn blue. So it's like lightning. It's cool. Sprint, the the Pokemon. These Pokemon are still strangely small, but they are incredibly fast. Their fire being powered by the energy they generate during the dead sprints they randomly break into throughout the day. This Pokemon never seems to get tired, and during battle they will charge their opponents with electricity so hot it will often incinerate plants it speeds past and over. Do you get it? Because Pokemon Pokedex entries are ridiculous, and just the Pokemon sound comically overpowered. Also, its ability is supposed to be speed boost, and it's supposed to be fire electric. How did I mess this up? Whatever. Well then, peoples and peoples, it's been fun. But now me riding away on my Sprint has one last thing to say, and that is to subscribe and like if you did enjoy the video. And can I borrow your footage? No.